Year's Day. Happy New Year's, everyone. And it's time to slacking. It's time to get this engine out of this car. You know, I started this engine swap last year. You gotta do it at least once, all right? I'm sorry. I'm not leaving this shop until this engine is out of this car, so I should probably start working. Also, it is, you know, a little nippy outside, cool -10 degrees. As you can tell, the engine is almost ready to come out. I should have to do all the wiring stuff, the hoses, oil lines, oil cooler lines, and power steering lines. But that's probably the trickiest part, is finding all the wires and doing all that stuff. Also probably the slave cylinder. I don't really know how that works in this car, but we got a couple things to do. Let's get started. So we're making decent progress. We got a lot of the electrical stuff unplugged. However, in order to get the main harness out from the engine, you have to take the intake manifold off. So that's what we're doing now. Your local Rotary expert is here to help. The biggest difficulty with this engine is that there's just so much emissions BS in order to get it to pass emissions. So like this big clump of like vacuum lines and stuff, it's really annoying, and there's so much wiring and stuff for that. So thankfully for the new engine, we're going to delete all that, so we don't have to worry about emissions and vacuum lines and vacuum leaks. Alright, change of plans. We're pulling the engine out with the engine harness on, so we're gonna go down here to the ECU. The mic.
Hey, how's it going there?
It's fine. Yeah, hey there.
Yep, should be under that plate.
Ooh, look at this. Boring, naturally aspirated ECU stuff. So now we're gonna try to feed this engine harness right here through the firewall.
So the proper way in which to remove an FC's oil cooler lines are...
Not this. We tried everything. We tried...
But the thing is that
wrenches.
they wouldn't come off on my engine either. So
Yeah,
it's like,
maybe
it has to be an
like-
FC thing.
I don't know, but we tried everything to get them off the proper way. They're not coming off, so we're cutting them off.
Oh, it's bleeding!
Well, it is the oil line.
Good?
Oh no!
Did you crawl through the oil?
I crawled to the coolant. Ugh. Can you hold this right here?
Oh!
Yeah,
That's bad.
There was a pile of coolant on the ground, and I forgot about it. And I rolled in it, and I also got like oil on it.
So, when did you not forget about it?
What do you mean?
When did you remember that there was coolant on the ground? When you felt all wet and cold?
Yeah.
Up next, pulling the 13B.
The engine is out. Look at this. Look at this. That's awesome. It went really smoothly. Besides missing a couple things, it came out without a problem. That's what happens when you put a tiny engine in a huge engine bay. So, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty awesome feeling being able to pull your first engine. I know it's not like super impressive or anything, and like everybody on YouTube has done an engine swap, but it's really cool. Like it feels awesome. If you guys have pulled an engine before, you know how it feels.
It's a special feeling.
It's a special feeling. It's like, damn, I just removed an engine out of my car.
I have to imagine, it's like having your first kid, right?
No.
Like, I did that. I did that.
Oh, fair enough,
And
I guess.
It's ugly, but I did it.
Speaking about ugly, oh god, this engine bay, this wiring, just catastrophe. We got a lot of work ahead of us because we're gonna try to make this thing look good and look clean and paint it and get rid of all this crap, but Zach doubts it. I was really happy at how easy it was to get the wiring harness out of here, because that means it'll be really easy to get the wiring harness back in there. But yeah, we're gonna stop talking. I'm gonna go home and sleep, come back and start working on this engine bay. That's gonna be it for tonight. We made a little bit of progress despite what it looks like over here. Cleaned the entire thing, degreased it, got the subframe cleaner. We could use a little more cleaning, but that's decent. This chassis harness for all this wiring is kind of a nightmare. And I'm kind of scared to go too far into it, but that's really what we have to do since we're gonna paint it. But once we get that out, and then some of these power steering lines out of the way, and sand everything, and get some of that other stuff done, then we can paint it. And that brings me to a question for you guys. I need help. I don't know what color to paint it. The first option is to paint it white, which I think will look cool, but the only problem is that it might get dirty kind of fast, which in some ways is a good thing, because then you can kind of see where like oil leaks and stuff are, but it might be a pain to keep clean and looking nice. It's also going to be kind of a pain to make something go from black to white. It's going to require quite a lot of paint, and I don't know, things just stick out against a white background. So things like the brake lines and any wiring is going to be really obvious. The other option is to paint it black, which it already is black, but it needs to be repainted because there's scratches everywhere, so we could repaint it black. Honestly, I'm leaning towards white just because I think it'll be a little bit different. It'll be cool. It'll match the wheels. It'll match the roll cage when we eventually get one. It's just like kind of part of the color scheme, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. White or black, I'll have a little poll in the top right. Go vote. But guys, I think that is going to be it for today. This has been a really awesome video and a very special video because we pulled an engine. First engine I've ever pulled. Everything went really awesome. I'm really happy that I did this, and I did it pretty much by myself. It's really awesome. I'm really happy. Like, this is cool. We're finally working on the RX7, doing cool stuff. But guys, if you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy the video, give it a dislike. Besides that, share the video. I really appreciate it. That'd be really awesome. Trying to get this build out to more people. Subscribe if you're new. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the support. It really means the world to me. And I'll see you guys next time when we paint the engine bay. Peace out.